Along with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce will be with us courtside.
And they could put themselves in a great position in this season series. They've won the first meeting, so a win tonight would assure them of at least a split.
Well, and when you've already gotten that first win, it makes you feel like you're on the attack going into the second one.
And both backcourts in this one stand cream of the crop.
Well, a lot of people would say that this is a guard-oriented league. I think it's a league of all the positions, but tonight, certainly, whoever can win that guard battle will probably go home with the W.
Certainly the headliner tonight. And it's Detroit with the ball. The Bulls making their last shot. Now here's Morant. They know they can count on him for consistent offense with 16 a game. Here's Olajuwon. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes.
Yeah, that's a great find by Morant. He draws so much attention, there's usually someone open.
To the inside, Abdul-Jabbar. Rebounded by Castle.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
To the middle. Here's Olajuwon. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
And Reeves has got the ball here for Chicago. 6-point game. You know, Grant, you talk to scouts about Stephon Castle. They just feel like this guy's a winner.
Well, certainly we saw that in Connecticut. Now, as a freshman, he was a key piece in their title run. He actually turned up his game in the tournament, and that's rare for any freshman.
Here's Edey. Another miss. He's 1 for 4 from the field.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
Gets the 3-ball to go.
Okay, talk about a guy who made himself into a solid three-point shooter. Lou Dort.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Here's Giddey. And right now, he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game. They need this. And it's in there.
Yeah, Giddey keeping it simple there, taking what the defense gives him.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Outside Morant to the paint. Here's Olajuwon.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey, Brian. Well, in today's high-scoring NBA, every position has to be a threat. All-star Donovan Mitchell said, we're getting away from the point guards who are just floor generals. It's passing and scoring that you're starting to see, and your level of scoring allows you to be a better playmaker. Teams have to respect that.
No doubt, Allie. Thank you. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Following the score by Detroit. Clock is at 3. Count that bucket. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. The Pistons have had quite a few high lottery picks of late, Stan. However, they haven't had much success yet.
Well, Brian, you know, sometimes it takes a lot of time. Some teams will come together quicker. Some players and some teams need more time to develop. Detroit's just got to keep adding to what they have and continuing to develop the players that are already in their system.
And a great fan base in Detroit, starving for victories. And it's Detroit with the ball. The Bulls making their last shot. Olajuwon can't get it to go. Pass to Collins. Oh, it's stolen away. Right side Morant. Now Stewart. Jacks up a 3. The rebound by Edey. Grant, they could attempt a 2-for-1 here.
They could. The key here is a good look.
Abdul-Jabbar's shot is good.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Detroit leading by 5. Here's Morant. They know they can count on him for consistent offense with 16 a game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And we've got 28 seconds left to play in the first. Pass to Olajuwon. 6 to shoot. And again, the Pistons missing.
Well, the defense just gave him that shot, and he wasn't able to convert. Very disappointing.
They've closed the gap over the last few possessions, but can they push through and grab the lead?
Well, with all the momentum they've built up, I don't see this run stopping anytime soon.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Abdul-Jabbar. Oh, great finish as he gets bumped on his way up. He'll go to the line to try to tack on one more. Chicago shooting their first foul shot of the night. And the free throw, no good. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Detroit on top. They lead by 3.
17. 14.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
You have to like the fact that they're not settling at all. I mean, they've really made a point to get the ball down inside and challenge that interior defense.
Pass to Stewart. Fires the 3. On target from range. Stewart's got 5 points.
Yeah, talking about Stewart, he's really increased his three-point attempts.
You know, Coach, when you watch Ja Morant play, it's hard to think of anyone else as explosive as he is.
Yeah, Brian, he can make a defender look like he's standing still. The burst that Morant has with his first step is unrivaled. Probably the best burst in the entire league.
Truly is a human highlight reel in this modern day.
Yeah, he's looking pretty much unstoppable. Morant making the defense regret that physicality.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And one thing that Morant has always been a lead at, finding a seam in a defense and getting to the rim, Grant.
Yeah, any crack allows him to get inside. And as good as anyone at splitting a double, which he sees a lot of. So once inside, he can finish with authority or kick it out to a shooter.
Here's Morant. Morant with the slam!
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you say? You give Morant about an 11 there?
And here's Gafford. Right now contributing around 10.5 points a game. And that one, good.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
Stewart's got space. And the baseline jumper, no good.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
Now Gafford. He's got 6. Got a hand on it.
When it comes to contesting shots, Buzelis is showing us that he's got great timing.
And it's Morant with the ball for the Detroit Pistons. They host the Hawks after this one from 18 feet away. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack. I mean, come on, that's a shot you expect him to make.
Here's Castle. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
How about Castle? He'll take any chance he gets to finish with power.
Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Here's Gafford. It's tipped. Detroit leading by 5. Morant with it, and Sabonis picks him up defensively. Outside for Dort. Here's Stewart. Nice D from Gafford.
More often than not, He'll cash it in from that area. The defense might have done just enough to bother him.
Outside, Finney Smith. Pass to Jones. And here's Gafford. Here's Sabonis. Second chance shot. Got a piece of it.
A strong, fearless defender. Dort doesn't back down from taking chances and going after spots.
Who's zealous his shot is good. Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, B.A., and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest is going to win.
Stan, it's hard to believe, but the Bulls have not won a playoff series since 2015.
Well, look, Brian, it's hard to win in this league, and when you're rebuilding, trying to find the mix that'll get you over the top is a difficult chore.
Long way from those Michael Jordan glory days. And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. A minute 15 left in the second quarter. Detroit leading by 8. Here's Clowney for 3. DiVincenzo. And he buries his first look.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Here's Abdul-Jabbar looking to win the run. And rejected. And they're able to recover. And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Inside. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Coach, it's been discussed a lot, but the Detroit Pistons set a record in 2023 that no one wants to match.
Well, that's for sure, B.A. No franchise wants to suffer through a 28-game losing streak. They thought that team had potential, but they just never found their footing early on, and then things just snowballed up.
And count it. The shot is good, and he'll go to the line.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Well, the last time the Bulls won a playoff series was back in 2015, Greg.
That was back when Butler and Rose were their leading scorers. And it just shows you just how long it's been. But they've been stuck in mediocrity ever since. And right now, they are desperate for a breakthrough season.
Down low. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. Here's Reeves. There's the drive. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of it.
26.
And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. Abdul-Jabbar is rebounded by Olajuwon. The Pistons lead by 10. Pass to Castle. Here's Olajuwon.
Pistons basketball.
Here's Morant. Picked by Stewart. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Morant missing.
That's a look he couldn't pass up. He just couldn't get it to go.
Pass to Stewart. Good. And the setup by Morant. Stewart got 7.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Giddey into the lane. The shot, no good. Right wing. About a minute played here in the second half. Here's Castle. Pass to Stewart. It's deflected. And they recover it. Oh, what a nice defensive play to disrupt the lob. And that's an intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Here's Abdul-Jabbar.
Well, halftime is supposed to be for adjustments. I'm sure this isn't what they had in mind.
The defense getting out-hustled on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
To the left side wing. Here's Castle. Oh, not wasting any time and taking the shot and hitting it. Castle's got his second basket of the game.
Always ready to fire. Castle wasting no time.
Here's Reeves. Rebounded by the Pistons.
And I'm sure this isn't how they drew it up at the half. Only 1 for 5 here in the third quarter.
Pass to Morant. Fires for three. Oh, Ja Morant from deep.
Hard to win games when you allow clean looks from the perimeter.
From 13, Abdul-Jabbar misses.
Well, you win and lose as a team, so the fact that they're trailing isn't all on him. But with that said, he's had a rough shooting.
And we all know about Stan the analyst and Stan the coach. But when you played in college, what was your game like, Stan?
Hey, Brian, I had the game that would get you beat as a coach. I will say my greatest strength was this. I was never once accused of overpassing.
The black hole. That is Stan Van Gundy. Offensive rebound. Count that one. Abdul-Jabbar's got 8.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. Yeah, that's why they continue to get attacked.
It's Dort on the wing. Back to Morant. Picked by Stewart. Pass to Olajuwon. And again, the Pistons missing. The Bulls trail by 14. To the paint. Reeves with the ball. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Give him 8 points now. He goes up again. And he takes it up and lays it in. 10 points for him.
And if I'm his coach, I'm very pleased with this kind of energy on the offensive glass. Textbook play.
And that one's good. Stewart.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. So both teams changing it up here. The Bulls trail by 15. You know, Stan, for a team with such a proud history, the last decade has been a tough one for the Bulls.
Yeah, Brian, it really has. They've had competitive teams, but they haven't won a full playoff series since 2014. And for such a dedicated and passionate fan base, that's been really difficult for them, let alone the front office and people that want to turn this thing around as quickly as they can.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Brian, one of the great challenges of an NBA player's life is being traded. Veteran P.J. Tucker said, in 24 hours, you're playing for another team in another city, getting all of your stuff, uprooting your kids, changing schools. Your whole entire life changes in a blink. If you've never experienced it, you'd never understand. B.A.?
Pretty heavy stuff, Allie. Thank you. And J.B. Bickerstaff decides to call timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And it's Morant with the ball for the Detroit Pistons. They lead by 11. Fantastic finish inside by Morant.
Yeah, showing a little versatility with their offensive attack. In the first half, it was about the 3-ball. In the second half, they've emphasized interior scoring.
Sabonis. Detroit with a rebound. 35 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. White with the steal. Sabonis outside. The rebound by Stewart. The Pistons lead by 13. Morant on his way. Picked by Stewart. And there's the lob. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Morant.
That's a careless pass and a wasted possession. That's just unnecessary.
Here's Gafford. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones. Gafford's got 8 points.
Timeout.
Yeah, this is when they need to lean on him more. Get him the ball and let him build some momentum.
And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan.
Substitution for your Pistons.
Three-pointer, Buzelis. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And so it's the Detroit Pistons closing out the quarter ahead. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Detroit leading by 11. DiVincenzo with it. Pass to Buzelis. Let's go with a three. The rebound by Edey. And it's the Bulls' ball. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
Also, they were ultra consistent from outside, hitting a high percentage of those shots tonight.
Outside Reeves. Fires from deep. It doesn't go for him.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Morant. Pass to Buzelis. Here's Olajuwon. Launches a three. The shot by Buzelis, no good.
Well, with this team leading, he might just want to put that one in his pocket next time.
The Pistons lead by 10. Morant with it. Picked up by Reeves. Right side Morant. They set a pick. Out to the right wing. Out of bounds. Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession.
He was all over that pass. That's a cautionary tale.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Outside Reeves. Wide open. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. All right, Grant, I have to ask you, has there ever been a more intimidating team than the old bad boy Pistons?
Well, they weren't fancy, but they played hard and they played physical basketball. Every team that faced those Detroit teams knew they were in for a battle.
Morant surveying the floor. Pass to Buzelis. 5 to shoot. Here's Dort. The Pistons need to get one up quick. And here's Morant outside. The rebound by Edey. The Bulls trail by 8. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, team, I was able to catch the message that J.B. Bickerstaff was giving to his team. He kept it real with his team, telling them, I know you feel good about this lead, but let's not get lazy. Let's not act like this is a sure thing all of a sudden. Looking to keep their focus on the task at hand. Brian?
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Outside for Dort. The three is up. No luck on that one. Reeves with some nice D. Here's Abdul-Jabbar out to the right wing. Here's the pick. Goes up at the stripe. And the shot is good. Dropping it off the front of the rim. And now just a 4-point Detroit lead.
Big time from Collins right there.
Morant with it. And it's Giddey picking him up. Outside for Dort. Stewart outside. Oh, he sticks that one from 20 feet. And the Pistons lead by 6.
Preparation paying off for Stewart. He was on his spot and ready to go the second he got the ball.
The shot by Reeves, no good.
Well, I've been here before. You're looking to get back in the game, but desperation threes are not the way to do it.
Over to the wing. And the call will be against John Collins. That's foul number 2 for him. 1:41 left to play in the fourth. Pass to Olajuwon. And it falls all over the rim and in. And it's an 8-point Pistons lead. And Giddey has got the ball here for the Chicago Bulls. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. From outside, off the mark. Boy, this offense has been dynamic and diversified.
Just everyone sharing the ball and sharing the load makes you difficult to defend.
Here's Morant. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Austin Reeves picks one up.
Well, Morant is so athletic, and he finds himself at the free throw line a lot.
And Morant drops them both. Bulls trail by 10. .105 left to play in the fourth quarter. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. The rebound by Detroit. At one point, they led by 16.
Both sides are simply waiting for the clock to make it official. This is going to end up in the books as a nice win for the Pistons.
And the huge difference today, the efficiency from beyond the arc.
Yeah, once they started hitting shots, it stretched out the D and opened up the entire offense.
And this will go down as win number 25 for them this year.
And they've had their fingerprints all over this series, winning 2 straight and looking like they have this team's number.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Ja Morant.
Well, bottom line, he was just unstoppable at times. Not much you can do when he's playing with that kind of confidence.
The shot by Reeves, no good. Detroit with the ball. 9-point game. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. To the inside. Olajuwon. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
That's an inspired ball club. They fought hard, and during the most important moments, they made big plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
And so it's Detroit easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing.
We switching locations in the gym.